Hello, hello, we are back. It's time for reveal again. It feels like we just did this. Time flies when we're having fun, I suppose. Let's tune into the animal cards and check in to see what advice or what guidance or what energetic outline lies ahead for the next couple of weeks, depending on which card you chose. It's also a good idea to go back to last video and have a look and see how those energetic qualities reflected what was happening in your life right now. So let's jump right in and see what you picked. If you chose card number 1, you chose Elephant Spirit. So this card really talks about reflecting on the past. So what is it that is in the past that's affecting you, that's been on your mind right now, that was maybe hurtful? There's maybe a situation that's unfolding for you right now that you're focusing on, that you're not maybe happy with, or there's some things that are coming out of the woodwork that you weren't expecting to uncover, or there's some things that we're looking back on. It's time to really just allow those things to transform and move through so that we can use those things that are affecting us in a way that is maybe unproductive, and transforming those things into a productive way to use that energy. So, for example, if you have a situation that's been on your mind lately that's causing you hurt, anxiety, a little bit of upset, it's a really good time to take that situation and figure out how you're going to use it to transform and move forward, instead of focusing on the sadness, but really how are you going to give back, and how are you going to put that energy into use in a positive way for you. If you chose card number 2, you chose Snake Spirit. This card talks about transformation. So, leaving behind what no longer serves you, just as a snake would shed its skin. It's a part of you that you are leaving behind because you don't need that in your next chapter. So moving forward positively, moving through the situation. This card often expects us to be a bit vulnerable. So we may be feeling a little raw, a little vulnerable. We may be taking things to heart. Just remembering that things are happening and falling into place just the way they're supposed to. So trusting the universe is sending what we need, and just kind of going with the flow for a little while. Just trust the process. There is some just a lot of transformational energy that's coming in right now. So allowing that transformation to take place so that you can move on to where you're going next. So there's that little bit of I'm not sure where I'm at right now energy, but just allowing yourself to feel vulnerable so that you can move through it, so that you can feel it, heal it, and move on from it, okay? Now, if you chose card number 3, you chose Wasp Spirit. So this card talks about, it says life stings sometimes. So this card really talks about the fact that there's some things that happen sometimes in life that do sting, or that don't work out the way that we thought that they were going to work out. This talks about unanswered prayers. This talks about being redirected. So if we're on a path that we're moving towards and we feel like we've been stung, or things aren't working out the way that they're supposed to be, please pay attention to those signs and remember that if you do get stung or things don't work out, that you are being directed to maybe go a different way. So also checking in with the plan. What was the original plan? So maybe you have transformed that plan and kept moving, and maybe some things have changed since you originally set some intentions. Look back at the original plan, refocus on what it is that you want to do long term, and just figure out a way to get past it. Not focusing on the part of it that didn't work out, but really focusing on, okay, you know what, maybe I'm not meant to do it that way. And you'll find out down the road that things are really better than what they would have been if you had pushed through and gone to that path that you were moving towards in the first place. So really just focus on the energy of being happy, being positive, moving forward. Just be playful. Things are going to speed up once you get to that energy. And you're going to feel more confident so that you are able to put that energy and intention out and make things happen a lot quicker. So once we get out of that energy of being stuck or being disappointed that things don't work out the way that they're supposed to, it's really going to help us to excel and realize how easily things fall into place when we are back on track. So that's really awesome. If we look at card number 4, if you chose this card, you chose Draft Spirit. So this card talks about seeing the big picture. So if there's something that's giving you anxiety, giving you thoughts of I'm confused, I don't know what's happening, I can't see everything, I feel anxious, I feel a little bit like I'm not sure which way to turn, this Draft Spirit tells you zoom out, take a step back, look at the big picture. Instead of focusing on all the details that may make you even more anxious, zoom out, focus on the big picture. And that's going to help you see how everything works together. It's going to bring you peace of mind. It's also going to allow some new ideas or some new information to come in that may lead you to have new inspiring ideas. So you may get new downloads when you zoom out. Sometimes when we look at things too closely or with blinders on, we can't see the rest of it. When we can see the full picture, you're going to start seeing downloads coming in, and just take the lead. Go for it. Do what you got to do. Roll up your sleeves and just go with it, okay? Now, if we look at all of these cards together as a collective for all of us, we want to remember that anything that's caused us pain in the past, it's time to let that go. Really use that information to transform into the new version of ourselves that we are being guided towards. Sometimes that does sting a little bit, because when we shed our skin, we do get a little vulnerable. It's like we're a little bit raw, we're a little bit out there, a little bit out of our comfort zone, out of our element. So sometimes that does sting a little bit. Allow that sting to be a sign to maybe do something a little bit differently. Allow it to guide you. If you're going in a direction that is maybe a little bit off for you, there will be that little sting. So just follow that, and if you do find that, make sure that you're just trying something a little bit differently. Zoom out so you can see the big picture, so that we're not focusing on just those little things that happen that maybe cause us anxiety or a little bit of uneasiness. So just zooming out, seeing the whole picture, is going to help us see things from a new perspective where we can really move forward in a positive manner. So hopefully this makes sense. If you want to, check back in a couple of weeks to see how these things played in for you, whether it's work, relationship, finances, whatever it is that is happening in your life right now. Check in with that energetic message and see how it is playing out in your day-to-day life over the next couple of weeks. We'll meet back again in a couple of weeks to do this again. Enjoy the next 2 weeks ahead. Take care, and bye for now, guys.